about the Wednesday trio of the three of us?
Right.
Serving you right. Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
How are you guys?
We're doing just fine. How are you doing?
Great.
Are you doing okay?
Very good. I like your new hair.
Oh, thank you.
I'm waiting for my compliments.
I just don't know why you can do other braids that are not amarasta.
Urumva nta bindi bimbera.
It looks
Oh
good
yeah,
on you,
been
mommy.
cool, but you've never tried out. This is my first time I'm doing such braids, by for your own
looks
opinion.
good on this girl. Nuko in 2 weeks raba bibanyemo.
Well, yeah, nzayimaramo 2 months. Nzayivanamo munsaba kubikuramo.
How was your weekend? How was the show yesterday?
So it was really nice.
We had
did
a nice
great,
show.
Right? Yeah.
You guys looked good.
Oh, thank you.
So I hope you guys are very well rested. We're about to dive into
Thanks to
your opinion poll.
Dusty. She makes you look. Do you know how you look without makeup?
Do you know
It's not as bad as
As
say it, John.
Do you know how you look? Do you know you?
All right.
Anyway.
Stay tuned. We're going to be coming right back with the opinion poll.
Yeah.
Alright, so for the opinion poll today, we were just in the car and we were listening to a rap song. And the rap
Where
song.
was I?
It was yesterday we were coming to work and they were bringing us to work.
Okay.
And then me and Marene, we were like, Josie, we were like, you know
Well,
what?
admit it, you brought the idea.
Yeah, so I'm trying to tell you what happened. End of story.
Try telling
Let me tell
my
Tina. Remember? So while we're in the car, we were listening to a rap song. It was a song following Ampuchudi, and then
I think it was Ish Kevin's.
I think it was
Oh,
Ishkevin.
sorry.
It sounded like one of those guys.
Yeah, go.
And then aravuga ngo ubushuti bw'ubu it's like it's prior it's like it's not like the way it used to be back then with our parents. Like ubushuti bw'ubu ni uko ugomba kuba ufite icyo umariye nimba ntacyo umariye ntago ari nk'ubushuti bwa kera where parents it was genuine muri make. So we're like this is a topic. I was like, how about we talk about, then I told her, I was like, by the way, why can't we talk about comparing friendships of nowadays to friendships of the days of our parents. I think it was genuine.
Yeah.
So that's when the topic came up. So how we stated it on Instagram, we were like, how can you compare friendships of today, this generation versus back then? So that means how can we bring them together and then we see the difference and also see what we can learn from our parents, because I want to believe that back then friendships were genuine. I don't even know why I keep saying genuine. So who goes first?
Let me go.
Okay.
I like that topic. That was really nice. I like that it came from like a song and stuff
Randomly,
like that.
yeah.
Randomly. It helps us think about. I love lyrics, how they speak truth and talk about different experiences. So it's definitely true. Friendships of back then had basis. They had something to lean on. There was not much of distractions such as, social media, a lot of fanciness that comes with that territory. So Rumba, the riches of back then was cows and just being rich back in the village.
I kind of
stuff
think
like that.
I think that it was okay. Let me just say it in my opinion when I get the time to speak, because I will divert your.
It's okay,
your
yeah.
idea.
So back then, I don't know, it was just some sort of, I don't know how to explain it. Things were just low-key. There was not a lot of this and that everywhere. It's just a family, you're going to raise your kids, and then you have your friends who are doing the same thing, so you guys could lean on each other and help each other. It was a community helping each other build itself. So let's talk about nowadays. Right now, there's a lot of social media influence. Let's say I have Tracy as my friend. She has probably a lot of things going on. She has a lot of gigs here and there. She's doing well in her job and stuff like that. And then I'm a person who is a bit jealous of that, or I'm hiding that, and I'm like, oh, why can my life be like that? So instead of like building a genuine relationship with her and trying to have her give me some tactics. I want to hang around her so that I can
Because
get
of what-
exactly
yeah,
because of what she has. I want to have the same opportunities that she has, but in a very rude way, or in a very let me say how this spiteful way. So I'm trying to get what she has, but not through the right way. And then that's one. Two, a lot of friendships today are very materialistic. You want to be my friend just because I have this and this. I can get you to a certain place. You can go and see someone and it's like, oh, Shari, how are you?
Randomly, bro.
Randomly, ntabwo muziranye, nari ngukumbuye, ngo none se, ngo wasaga neza. You didn't even know how she looked, but you're just trying to get that attention that is just otherwise not needed. You could just mind your business and move on. That's true. There's a lot of materialisticness that comes around in today's friendships, not even in only friendships, but even through boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
My
Relationships.
mom, yes, relationships. My mom was talking to me back then. She was telling me how she used to be in school and then they had no phones. So my dad, it was in a time when my dad was conning her, or what do they? Is this
Vibing,
yes, vibing or stuff like that. And then they had no phones. And so my mom was this very serious person. She didn't even want people to know that there's this guy who is trying to have her in the family or stuff like that. So my dad would go and visit her. So there are no phones. There's no any means of communication. So when he comes is when he comes. You don't know when he's coming back the next time. You're
praying that he pops up from
yes,
nowhere.
you're just expecting him randomly. So he would come, and then mama yagiraga isoni cyangwa se yashaka she wanted to keep that seriousness. She didn't want any distractions. Her friends would ask, so who's that guy who has come to see you? Well, that's my cousin. No, nothing big. So at that time things were genuine. You're trying to get someone, there's no means of communication. So you need to show that what you're working for is real, and you can see that from certain relationships. So I was talking about relationships in a romantic way. But in the terms of friendshipness, we're not there for each other anymore. We think we only call each other when we want plot. So yes, so
Let's go eat, let's go drink.
yes. So we spend a whole week not talking to each other. When the weekend comes through, you pull up your friends like, oh, let's go to this new pub that is that has opened around the corner. Let's go for drinks and stuff like that. And then you don't check on each other. People are suffering mentally, emotionally. You don't know what's going on. But as long as you're having that enjoyment, nothing else matters. So why I was trying to compare, back then there was nothing like enjoyment, my people. There were no clubs and stuff like that. You go to, so the only thing that you had was to talk to each other. No TV, no phones, just the old gossiping of women that you hear in the salons. That's the time that they had for each other. But right now we're so caught up in our own issues and own livelihoods that we forget to be there for each other. The friendships are not really being considered. We just want to be there for each other.
Show up and show off.
Yes, in the glamour, in the spotlight is the only time we wanna. So there's a huge difference. I really hope we change that. Just check on your friend in the morning. Say good night.
Can't say it when you mean it?
Exactly. Not check on them just because you want to show them that you checked on them. It's not really fair.
Yeah.
And when you spend a long time without checking on them, and you do finally check on them, don't make up excuses. Oh, no, it was like this. Just be genuine.
Work has been hectic.
Exactly. Work can never be too hectic for a person you care about. That's one thing that I've learned to learn. So if you really do care about someone, then you will find the time to check on them. Don't make up excuses, because someone will really need you and you do not show up. And at the end of the day, is it really worth it? All those things that you say you are distracted in. So that's my opinion.
I think
It was a long one, right?
You want to go? It was a very long opinion.
Should I go first or you go first?
You go first.
Okay, Njewe, I was about to tell you guys, don't you think, back then it was convenient for people to actually mean what they said, they felt, in terms of the relationships, friendships, as you said. They didn't have so much distraction, as you said. And can we talk about social classes of back then? Because, very many people weren't that, wealthy for them to attract different people to come to them and stuff. So I think it was really convenient. But we can't deny the fact that, nowadays people be with you because they really want something from you. I think there are those genuine people. So I think it depends on people's, how do they call them? imico y'abantu, you know, how you were raised up. It depends also to whatever that you know, like you grew up to, depending on all those situations. So they lead or they attract how you treat people, how you talk to people and stuff. So I think being a materialistic person is wamugani, you want to get something from this person, but nanone you want to get it through the wrong way. I mean, if you can come, you know, be straight enough, be like, you know what, Tina, there's a way that you present, Tracy, there's a way that, you know, you're so sharp, you get all the gigs. Can you please help me all around and do this for me? They would help you gladly. But nanone, you come in the wrong way, you try to befriend someone because you think that they will reach you somewhere. In schools, actually, people do it because you're like, you know what, maybe if we finish, you know, if we finish school, this person has already a secured job, so he's going to help me, you know, like penetrate and enter from where he works from. So I think, you know, being genuine is the first thing, as you said, and if you, you know, like if you don't even mean it, don't waste people's times and don't waste people's emotions. Kuberako, I swear I'm telling you guys, friendships actually hard. They hard the same way that relationships do.
Just imagine getting used to someone for a good time, then randomly they start being distant,
they make you question yourself.
Yes. Let's say us in this sense of ours, they start prioritizing their fame and they let you, so they feel like they've reached another social class and then they forget the people they came back up with. That's in our sense, but in other people's senses, you achieve something and you forget other people just because, I don't know, you sometimes get distracted.
Think you're not on the same level anymore. Yeah. So I think we should be genuine enough to consider what people feel, because it's not about, you know, hanging out, it's not about anything. Emotions, I believe that emotions are also involved in friendships, because there's, you know, that's the reason as to why we choose people that we befriend. Abandi, it's not easy to befriend them. So feelings are involved. So I think people should be, you know, considerate over the emotions of other people so that you can never hurt someone, you know, along the way. Not you even meaning it, but, you know, you can do it because, you know, you never know. So better be considerate and stuff.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So, in my own opinion, I think it's one way to say that back then there were very many things that made our parents or even them to connect with their peers. It was very easy. How batahaga namaguru bajaga kuvoma bajaga, they did things that brought them together, that connected them together, yeah, because they used to go to fetch, they used to go to the market together, they used to have things bibahuza bakaba umwe, yeah. So I think for us now, umwe after modoka, another one has their own means of transport, another one has a lot of things to do, you have meetings there and then you have this and this. It's limited. Ugasanga people who are now close, it's because we work together. If we work together, we are a clique, or if we sing together together. You will see that the person that you meet every day is the one that becomes your friend, because usangariwe munu who is always revolving around you. So today I feel like connection abye they used to have connection bagiye guhaha bagiye kuvoma bagiye kumunga, but that connection today you can see that there is you know, they're genuine. Their love is genuine. But they go back there. But now let's put in common sense. What are we going to tell our children?
That's what I was going to
say. Like, what are we?
But no, we're the ones to blame. Sorry.
Who are we going to blame?
I mean, okay, let's just be honest. She talked about how you befriend someone depending on the situation that you guys are in. Take a look at the friends that you had back in primary school. They are not the same friends that you had in, you know, secondary school. They are not same friends that you had in the university, at the workplace. So I don't think, like, you know, we should maybe blame the how they call them, the evolution. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely the evolution, but the evolution is with us. We change according to Ibihi. But if it's a priority that we can put into consideration, we would try our best.
Maybe, that's why I told you guys that back then, the times were convenient. The same student that you went to school with in the primary school, at the secondary school, it was really near at the university, and then maybe, you know, it was just this small, this small environment of people. So I don't think, you know, we can even blame the times because they really did change.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, you cannot
Think
put all the
times
blame to
change,
us.
but we should also keep that connection with
Ego.
friends. Like it means I know you're chasing that money. I know you're chasing that good life you want your children to have. I know you are chasing that very wonderful job you want to have. That's for us. But I think we should chase the connection of friendship. Kuko, Woody, money comes and goes. Yeah, it comes and goes. But then if you have it, it's good. It's not bad. Money is good. Money is good. But one thing for the other is, like that friendship. If you see how our parents with their, do you ever
The
see your
real
parents
ones, though.
with the
Sebio, the real friendships.
Exactly, they're real friendships. But they're like this. They might not talk, they might not speak every day, they might not meet every day, but there's just that one thing that keeps them connected. So the connection is important. So let's have a look at the opinions of other people, what they have to say, and then
Let's talk about
Yeah, we had a lot of messages.
Definitely, people had a lot to say on our Instagram story post that we put the topic on. So BL1 Black Girl says, nowadays you find relationships following or considering money stability. It's hard to find true love or true friendship. That's from Black Girl on Instagram. And then Grace Banza 7 says, today is friends for benefit for now, but back then it was good, more than being a friend and family. And then
have you ever seen our parents saying, "Go, that's your auntie," and then you're like, "Dupanich."
you know, and then they can't even explain.
And then they're like, "Well, just take them as their family, they're friends, but who became family."
Exactly. So M Princess Dorcas says, today people are busy, hard to find strong friendships, and nowadays they go with limited friends plus the digitalness, the digital era that we're in. That's M Princess Dorcas. And then YBN the kid says, today's friendship is mostly based on opportunities. So fake. I miss the 1870s. Like she was alive. But anyway, I get you, sis. I feel you. And then last but not least, Sam Eva 7 says, people are way more materialistic. It's just different. And then Hannah Joy says, let me see. Yes, no. I just listen and says, friendships today are based on benefits, while back then they were based on loyalty, which is very sad to see.
So sad, but I think it's up to us to actually change and go back, because we can really do it. So if we train our minds and train the new generation, I think we can go back depending on whatever we consume, as I told you guys. So, check yourself, work on yourself. If you didn't go well in your friendships and even relationships, go back and evaluate yourself and, change for the better.
True.
Definitely. We all have a part to play in the making our evolution much better, more genuine, more loving, and just check on your people out there. There's a lot of things that are happening. You never know what's going on in someone's life, but just making the efforts to check on them and asking them how they feel genuinely, it really goes a long distance.
There's this topic that I saw. I will need you guys, we will bring it on the table. But how do you, just give me a few insights. How do you take yourself from a toxic friendship?
Oh, wait, that's a topic for another day.
Yes, but I said
please, on Thursday. Please.
Insights for what?
No insights.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, so guys, that was it for the opinion
Thursday,
poll. Yeah, Thursday. That was it for the opinion poll. We still have a lot more coming up, and there's already
Okay.
Let's go to the morning breakfast part.